Hmm. All right, y'all share this. It's going to be a pretty good video here. It's going to definitely spark some interest in some issues about probate court. I'm trying to get this thing straight. Probate court. Hold on. Let me tag. I'm going to pin a comment. If y'all need to contact me. Hold on. Comments. Pin comment. Contact me. Pin. Pin comment. Oh no. Pin comment. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to explain something to y'all that a lot of people don't know about. I hope you can hear me in my headphones here. I don't know about. Is why we should never use probate court or to use probate when someone unfortunately passes away. If you didn't leave a will, of course, it's going to be probate. And if you did leave a will, it's still going to be probate. And the reason why probate court is pimping you for profit is because we should, if we have a lot of assets, money, property, then we should remove our children as direct beneficiaries to our assets and create a revocable trust, naming your children, create a revocable trust, putting your assets into a revocable trust. In better words, putting your assets into a revocable trust and making your children the beneficiaries of the revocable trust. Then they would avoid the lengthy process of probate court, whom more than likely would seek to pay creditors and other bills that you owe upon your untimely passing. Why these people need to be paid, I don't know why, because, I mean, they have insurance on anything, any kind of money or any kind of thing, money or assets or property that you get from them. They insure their by insurance, so they get their some of these people double dipping. But you remove your children as direct beneficiaries to your assets, and then take your assets and put them into a revocable trust, making your children the beneficiaries. And from there, your children would automatically have immediately access to your assets that you leave them as beneficiaries, if that makes sense. Basically, you're creating a revocable trust. You're putting your assets in that revocable trust, naming your children as the beneficiaries, whom then will have immediately access to the assets you leave them in the revocable trust. Whether if it go through probate court, then it's going to be a lengthy process. And in that lengthy process, the probate court is going to make sure the creditors and everybody else that upon your untimely passing, the bills that you owe behind, they're going to make sure them first. Let me example. A friend of mine about a couple of years, 4 years ago, passed away, and he didn't have a will. And even if we would have had a will, it still would have been the same thing. It had to go through probate court. So they had to probate it, and the probate court took about 5-6 months or so, and there paid all the creditors at $200-something thousand. And make a long story short, the 3 kids split out of 200 something thousand, $15,000. That's big pimping. So the probate court is big pimping, y'all. Stop leaving these wills. Create a revocable trust. Leave your assets to the revocable trust, naming your children as the beneficiary, and your children will have immediately access to the assets that you left them as the beneficiary without the interference of the big pimping court system, probate courts. So if you need any business, hit the number, call me. If you need to know how to do the probate court, the revocable trust, and protect your assets that you leave your children, and protect them in the future as they can do the same thing and create a revocable trust for their children, eliminating the need for probate court, because probate court is a big pimper, pimping you for profits that you left the assets to your children, the beneficiaries of your assets. But if you do it into a revocable trust and name your children as the beneficiaries, then your children will have immediately access to your assets that you left them, if that make any sense. And if you have any questions, give me a call. My number's in the link. It's pinned to it. Hit me up. Again, quick rundown. If you have it now and you don't, do it. Remove your children as your direct beneficiaries. That's the key thing. Take your assets and create a revocable trust. Take your assets and put them into a revocable trust, and then make your children the beneficiary of that revocable trust. That way, if something happened to you, your children will have immediate access to the revocable trust. I hope that understandable. If you've got any questions, share this, give me a call. We got to protect our children for the future and protect the access and the things that we leave for them. Peace.